2/3 of accidents in construction sites are caused by the fatal four. These are falls, struck by incidents, electrocutions, and caught in or between accidents. Handling heavy machines or just being around these types of equipment increases the risk of confronting these fatal four. One of the most common accidents in construction sites is struck by incidents. Heavy machines have moving parts that can hit workers and passerby if safety precautions are not followed. Some examples of struck by incidents with heavy equipment are getting hit by a crane, a wrecking ball, or being backed over by the machine. Machines that eject construction materials or having moving parts also pose a danger to the workers around. Heavy machines are relatively stable when not in motion, but when they are moving, there is a risk of not being able to handle its stored power and cause damage. Caught in or between incidents can also happen and can result in crushing. Equipment with blades or other sharp tools can cause severing, cutting, and puncturing. Rotating shafts can cause entanglement. Machines can also cause property damage if the surrounding area is not inspected properly. Moreover, some machines have hazardous gases, fluids, or chemicals that can pose health risks for workers. Other non-mechanical hazards include electrocution, burns, and noise hazards. Dealing with heavy equipment poses a great danger to workers and the nearby public, but with proper communication and safety measures, workers can lessen the risk of accidents. Here are the necessary precautions when handling heavy machines as an equipment operator. First, you must have proper training. Do not operate heavy equipment without proper training and certification. Conduct equipment inspections. Regular maintenance of equipment can ensure that the equipment will work properly and safely. Before using the machine, walk around it to inspect for damages and leaks. It is also necessary to inspect the surroundings. Property damage is one of the hazards in operating heavy equipment. Make sure to inspect the site before handling the machine. Check if there are objects in the way of the machine and if there are properties like buildings and cars around. Cleaning the equipment and the area around the equipment helps maintain a clean and safe working environment. If working near power lines, keep the heavy machine at least 10 feet away. Always wear a seatbelt. Mishandling a machine can cause rollovers. Without wearing a seatbelt, you may fall out of the machine with the risk of being crushed by it. It is also important to focus on the task at hand when handling the machine. This ensures that you are alert and mindful of your surroundings. This also lessens fatigue from handling heavy equipment. Remember to never let your guard down. If you have worked with machines for quite a long time, chances are you already know the ins and outs of operating. But it is very important to prioritize safety. Do not take shortcuts and give it the right amount of concentration. And remember to use the equipment only for its intended purpose. Have spotters to help you when moving the machine. This will give you a second pair of eyes to look after the movement of the equipment and the safety of people and structures around it. Avoid backing up the machine. The back of the machine could be a blind spot for the operator, so there's a high risk of hitting another person. In cases when this can't be helped, there should be clear communication between the operator and the spotter. And finally, always secure the machine when not in use. Before leaving the machine, make sure that any part of the machine won't move. This could mean applying parking brakes, preventing the wheels from rolling, and lowering the blades, arms, or bucket. Now, here are safety precautions for workers who work around heavy equipment. Protect people from entering the danger zones by using barriers, caution tape, and signs that effectively communicate the safety precautions. Wear appropriate personal protective gear. This can include hard hats, goggles, back gear, mask, high visibility vest, earplugs, foot protection, depending on the type of machine and the environment. Use effective communication signals. Clear communication between the supervisor, the machine operator, and the workers is a must before starting any work that requires heavy equipment. This is even more important when the machine is in use. In this case, communication can be done verbally through radios or hand signals. Stay out of the line of fire. The line of fire is anywhere around the equipment where a person can be hit by it. Spotters should be most aware of this because they are the ones going near the machine. Always use the safest route around the equipment. And finally, determine access zones. If the machines are in the path where workers pass, they can pose a big threat. There should be designated pathways that workers can access around the machine. There should also be assigned entrances and exits for the equipment. Whether you operate heavy equipment or you work around one, you should know the risks involved. Practice due diligence and effective communication to avoid heavy